morning, everyone. Happy to see you all this morning. We're gonna go through all our joints by doing some mobility yoga together. If you have any questions that come up, you are welcome to just ask them at the end of the class. We start with regular sun salutations and then go into some more dynamic, complex movements. But let's just start by bringing our awareness inside. Finding a comfortable seat on your mat, you can bring the pointer finger and thumb together, palms facing up. Really feel your breath moving through you. Relax the shoulders and the face. Do you want to invite Ujjayi breathing into your breath cycle already? By gently restricting the back of the throat. Connect fully to your breath, and by that, fully to the present moment. Only you, this moment, here on your mat. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Then guide your hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Let's begin practice by inviting your intention. Ask yourself for guidance for being the best teacher to yourself. And what would that mean? Let's open the space by chanting 3 arms together. Inhale here. Slowly open your arms overhead. Reach up, inhale. And exhale, twist over the left side, right hand on your knee. You can just stay upright here or do gentle cat-cow movements in this easy twist. Maybe you want your head to follow. Just feel this pose out for a moment. And then find an upright spine. Keep holding onto your right knee, but lift the left arm overhead. Gentle side bend stretch. Breathe into the left rib cage. Inhale, brings you back to center. Let's twist to the other side. Bring the arms overhead to reach, and then left hand on your right knee, right arm behind. In a moment, just sit. And then if you want, you can invite movements By just creating some arch and hollow, wiggling the shoulder around. Do you want to integrate the head? Upright sitting position again. Keep holding with your left hand on your right knee. Right arm overhead. You can really hold onto the knee and pushing the knee down to keep the grip. Inhale, brings you up. Bring both hands back just behind yourself. You can come onto the fingertips and bring your chest forward. Look up. Exhale, let the shoulders round. Look towards your belly. 2 more like this. Inhale, reach up, puff your chest up. Exhale. Last one. Very nice. Come all the way sitting up. Walk your hands forward, but only so much that you can swing your hips a little bit from side to side. Let the head be nice and loose here as well. And then stop the motion and roll over your feet onto your mats. All fours, tabletop position. Let's shorten the right side by bringing the shoulders to the front, another side, so side bending from right to left. But gently, we're still in the beginning of the practice. Very nice, find a neutral spine. Let's do some cat-cow poses here. Inhale, drop your chest forward, pull the shoulder blades back. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and sink in the chest. Exhale, round. 2 more times in your own breathing rhythm. Find a neutral spine. Bring the right foot out, just in one line with your hips. Bring the right arm up. Make some big circles for your shoulders here. See the range of motion in the right side. Open the side body. And reverse direction as well. 3 big circles into the other direction. And exhale, both hands down. Right foot comes in. Let's do the other side. Left foot out. Left arm lifts. Big circles. And other direction. Really use the beginning of the practice to check in. How is my body feeling today? And exhale, release. Back to your tabletop position. Let's walk the hands out to the front a little bit, but stay on your fingertips. So you can do some cat-cow movements for your thoracic spine. And then kind of bounce a little bit in the shoulders. With your exhale, you just sink your chest almost to the mat. And then round, push yourself a little bit off. 2 more times. Inhale, contract, pull the belly button in. Exhale, release and sink. Last one. Very nice. Walk all the way to your belly on your mat. Hands next to your chest. Let's do 3 cobra rolls. Inhale, reach up with your chest. Maybe also here, wiggle your shoulders a little bit. Exhale, come down. Inhale brings you up. Do you want to go higher or not? Do you want to move around on top or stay in stillness? Exhale, come down. Last one. Push the toes in the mat. Roll up. Stay for 2 deep breaths. Stay soft in your body and soft in your mind. Exhale, release. Bring your hands underneath the forehead. Bring the feet up. Let's make some big circles for our knees and ankles. Change direction. Very nice. Plant the feet back down, hands next to your chest. Shift yourself back to your heels and then all the way to downward facing dog. Here as well, just explore your downward facing dog today. Do you want to walk it out? You just bounce a little bit around, bend one leg at a time. And then find back to stillness where you feel the ground between your hands and feet. Your hips are the highest point. Just allow this pose to be as it is right now. And it's the first of the day, so don't judge it in any way. It just is. Depending what you did yesterday or already this morning, it feels different every day. The question is, can we be aware of all these little details and just take them in as they are? Walk your feet to the front of the mat, but keep them hip width apart. Stay loose in your knees, just stay on top of your legs. Use that as rolling up through your whole spine all the way to standing, arms overhead. Maybe you want to come onto your toes, reach tall. Then exhale, same way down, just fold yourself forward. You can keep the legs bent or straighten them for a moment, soft in the back of the thigh. To come up, you rebend the legs. Drag yourself back up, maybe come into the toes, morning stretch. And exhale, all the way back down. Last one, we just go up, bend the legs. All the way up to standing, maybe find a moment on your toes. And exhale, arrive in your Tadasana. Bring your feet together, hands in front of your heart. Come back to that intention for this morning. Plant it into your heart. And then we warm up with some sun salutations, Dharma Yoga style. And I bring the arms up and back. Exhale, fold forward, fold Tanasana. Inhale, right leg lift, step it back, low lunge. Reach forward with your chest, sink the hips down. Exhale, both feet meet in plank, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward into your cobra. And exhale brings you back to the heels and all the way to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Maybe exhale it out of the mouth, release. Inhale, right leg lifts. Step it forward in between your hands, lift your heart and chest. Exhale, both feet meet, fold Tanasana. Inhale, come up and back, reach back. Exhale, Tadasana. Left side, inhale, up and back. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Left leg steps back, low lunge. Exhale, both feet meet in plank, knees, chest and chin. Inhale, slide forward into your cobra. And exhale brings you back for one long breath and downward facing dog. Do you need to release with your exhale? Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward, sink the hips down. Both feet meet in the front of the mat, forward fold. Inhale brings you up and back. Exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, arms up and back. Exhale, lower. Right leg steps back, low lunge. Stay in your low lunge for a moment here. Just rock your hips a little bit forward and back. To see how your hips are doing this morning. You can also go a little bit from side to side If forward and back doesn't feel good in your body. Plant the hands, step back into plank. You can take the knees again or go for a full chaturanga, elbows closed. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, pull the shoulder blades back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Exhale it out. Right leg lifts. Step it forward in between your hands. Left knee down. Reach forward with the chest. Exhale, both feet meet, forward fold. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, downward facing Tadasana. Inhale, left side, arms up and back. Exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back. Bring the left knee down. Reach forward with your chest. Take a breath. And start movements, front and back, right and left. What do you need? Maybe both. Only you feel your body, only you know what you need. And plant the hands so you can step back into plank. Knees, chest and chin or full chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. A deep breath here. Lift the left leg up. Step it through, low lunge. Stay for a deep breath. Sink the hips down, let them release. Exhale brings you back to the front, forward fold. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, Tadasana. I'm going to add a little bit more onto this. Bend your knees, arms up, sink into your chair. Exhale, arms back, pull the nose to the knees. Inhale, brings you back into your chair. Exhale, fly the arms back, compress. Inhale, both arms up. Interlace the hands behind the head, elbows wide. Exhale, right elbow to left knee or even the outside of the knee. Inhale, brings you back up, elbows wide. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, elbows wide. Push the head into the hands, chest open. Exhale, release the hands, release the legs, forward fold, shake it out. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, step both feet back into your plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. A deep breath here before we move up. Lift the right leg up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step it to the front into your high lunge or warrior one. So you can keep the back knee lifted or you can keep it on the floor in a 45-degree angle. Bring your arms up. Interlace the hands, Kali Mudra. Sink in your hips. Lean your torso to the right, keep the arms overhead. Can you bring the right torso closer to the right leg, but keep extending your arm up. Inhale, brings it back up. Interlace the hands behind the back. For this one, for sure, bring the back leg 45-degree angle. Just humble warrior. Right shoulder inside of the right knee. Arms stretch up. Exhale, release. Bring the left hand down so you can twist over the right side. Look towards your left toe. You should feel a stretch in the outer glutes. I also like to move here. Maybe you just want to stay, even support with your right hand. Just an easy twist for the hips. Exhale, hands down, step it back, plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. One breath to neutralize here. And then lift the left leg up. Bring it forward in between your hands. Find your high lunge or your warrior one by grounding the back leg. Hands into Kali Mudra. Arms alongside of your ears. Pull the belly button in. Allow the hips to sink down. And twist your torso to the left, like you would open into a warrior two, but you lean your left rib cage down to the leg. Push into the left leg. Inhale brings you up. Interlace the hands behind. Chest lifts before you bring the left shoulder inside of the left leg. Head and neck can stay relaxed. Exhale, release, right hand down. Come to the outer edge of the right foot. Look over the left shoulder. Maybe take the left hand to the thigh or move a little bit around. Exhale, release both hands down. Shift you back into plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shake it out. Inhale, step or flow to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale brings you up all the way to standing. Exhale, Tadasana. Sit back into your chair. Bring the hands behind the back with the hands, the fists facing each other just underneath the rib cage. Bring the elbows wide, maybe even look up. You can also have the feet separated, but you want to lift from a string that's attached to your chest. If it's too much with the fists, you could also take the hands just on the lower ribs, elbows push down. For 2 more deep breaths. Exhale, release, sit back into your chair. The right hand outside of the left knee, left arm up. And this time, like we did in sitting, lean also to the right side so you get a side body stretch on the left. You can sink as deep as you want, and I really push my hand against the knee to get that side body stretch. Inhale brings you up, chair. Twist to the other side, left hand down, right arm up. How low can you sit to bring the stretch into the side body? One more breath. Inhale brings you up to chair. Exhale, plant the hands down, try to bring the knees to the triceps. This can be it to feel the active compression. Maybe you want to bend the arms and lift one leg at a time for the little arm balance crow. But do what feels good. Sometimes it doesn't feel good at all in the morning to bring weight on the hands. And then step yourself back into your plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale brings you back to downward facing dog. Shake it out for a moment here. Right leg lifts, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, step it through, brings you into warrior one or high lunge. Arms up. This time, instead of going to the side, we want to go back. Do you want to keep the back leg lifted, or do you want to bring it down, heel down or not? Doesn't matter, but it should feel good in your body. Pull up with the arms, lean back slightly. Keep the bend in the front leg. One more deep breath. Inhale, finds you back to center, interlace the hands, humble warrior one more time. Right shoulder inside of the right knee. Drop the head down. Inhale, halfway lift, bring the left hand down, roll to the outer edge of the left foot. You can stay here, you can take with your right hand the right big toe and lift the right leg up just in front of your chest, which is a little bit easier, or all the way up into side plank. Exhale, bring the foot slowly down, plant the hands, step it back. Your vinyasa, all the way to downward facing dog. Exact same thing on the other side, lift the left leg up. Step it through into warrior one, high lunge, low lunge, what feels good. Arms into Kali Mudra, point your fingers to the sky. And then take your time to find every inhale that reach and every exhale a little bit more extension to the back. This practice is much more about moving and breathing than anything else. Inhale, brings you up, interlace the hands behind the back, puff the chest up, left shoulder inside the left knee. Humble warrior. Inhale, halfway lift, plant the right hand down underneath the shoulder, roll to the outer edge of the right foot. Take your peace fingers around your left foot. Do you just want to bring it in front, or do you want to bring it all the way up, push out of your right shoulder? And then guide the foot back into the lizard. Hands down, step back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look to the front. Step or jump to the front, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale brings you up all the way to standing. And now we go into the compression, into standing. So lean forward halfway. And then bring the hands next to you and try to bring your belly without your hands as close as you can towards your thigh. Use your breath here as well. Inhale moves you forward, elongate the spine. Exhale, compress, nose to the knees. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, compress. 1 more. Very nice. Then take the hands behind the legs. Interlace the elbows. Do you want to stay on the upper thighs, or do you have the flexibility to maybe slide down? Keep the compression. Find the weight evenly on both of your feet and then the whole foot. Inhale, relax the hands. Plant them underneath your shoulders. Both hands directly underneath the shoulders. Lift the right foot up. See how high you can go without collapsing in the hips. So maybe it's just here, maybe it's even lower, but try to activate the outside of the right glute. Just lift it up a couple times. Then we switch to the other side, left foot out to the side. Keep pushing into your hands, just feel it in the outer left glute. Very nice. Into your forward fold, walk your hands to the left. Find the side body stretch on the left side. But as well here you want to feel the weight in both of your feet. You don't want to twist your hips. Walk to the front and with the exhale to the other side. I like to stay on my fingertips because it gives me a little bit more length. Inhale brings you back. Exhale, bend the knees. Come all the way up to a standing position. Bring the soles of the feet together again. Sit back into your chair, Utkatasana. Hands behind the back. Open your spine. Open your thoracic spine, elbows wide. Do you want to come onto the toes and lean back like in an imaginary chair? Keep the balance on your toes. Very nice. Exhale, release, arms up, regular chair. Do you want to stay a moment longer in chair? Do you want to do another arm balance? Placing the hands down, bringing the knees on the triceps. And then step or jump back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath here. Lift the right leg up, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step it through, low lunge. Bring the back knee down, hands on your right knee. Now try to bring your back foot towards your glutes. Just 3 or 4 times to activate the hamstring on the left side. And then place the foot down, push yourself back into a straight leg as much as possible. Really create space by pushing your hands into the right thigh to have space between your belly and your thigh. And then lift the arms up, high lunge. Open to the side, warrior 2. Exhale, extended side angle, lean forward with your left hand, right hand inside or on your right thigh. Inhale, warrior 2, exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior 2. Bring both hands down, left hand inside. This time we're going to do it in one motion. Grab your big toe, roll to the outer edge of the foot. Do you want to stay here or lift the right foot up? Exhale, bring the foot back to the front. Bring your left knee down. One moment in lizard pose. Do you want to move or just reach the chest forward? Do you want to play with the hips forward and back, right and left? Bring the hands back to the mat. Step it back to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing down. Exhale, downward facing down. Left leg lifts. Come into your low lunge on the left side. Bring the right knee down. Both hands on the front knee. Create that space and then bring the back foot towards your thigh. You should only feel that in your right hamstring. And kick for 2 more. And then bring the knee down, let the hips sink forward, create even more space. And come onto the back of the toes, straighten your right leg as much as it's possible, but you want to keep your head over your hip. Bring the right hand down, left hand grabs the left foot, roll to the outer edge. Do you want to stay here or straighten the leg all the way up? Side plank variation. Exhale, find back to your lizard. Do you want to move? Do you want to keep the back knee lifted? Do you want to come all the way down onto your elbows? One more breath. Hands underneath the shoulders. Step it back into plank. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath here. And bring the knees down. Come into your tabletop position. I'll show you this one from the front first. The left foot goes out like we did before, but this time we come up. So the shoulders is in one line with the hips. Now I give you 2 options. You can either just work on side bending. You can go in both directions. I'll show you this angle. So you can start going into the side bend, reach up and reach the right hand back like a half camel, left arm over your head. You kind of move between both of them. If your body at some point says like, hey, I want to stay here, just stay here, breathe until your body says it's time to move on. So we have a side bend and a half camel pose. Do you need to tuck the back knee or not? Do you want to drop the head back? Even like walk your head closer to your knee. And then bring yourself back to the front, the leg out. Walk your hands forward and just shift your hips forward and backward a little bit. You are welcome to just stay here. If you feel like I want to work a little bit more onto the inner groin, you can walk the right knee out, but you want to keep the heel in one line with the knee. And you can come into like a half middle split. I always like in the morning to move around here, but you are welcome to also just embrace stillness. In my joints, it just feels really good to keep that fluidity moving. Wherever you are, make a smooth transition. Come back up with the knee underneath the hip. Slide the knee back in. And wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side. You can do some circles or half circles. Feel the difference between right and left. And then we move to the other side. Right leg out, come up. Check your alignment first. Is my shoulder, hip, knee, joint on top? Looks good. Bring the arms up, find length. Side bend to the extended leg. You can only do the movement here. If you want to integrate the back bend to the back leg, go ahead. And that also requires a lot of stability in the leg we are standing on. But you don't want to dump all your weight there. So your core is still active and your other leg as well to support that dynamic movement. If your body is craving to stay somewhere, allow it to be. The question is, are you sensitive enough to feel that moment when your body is craving for something? You come back to the front. When you're ready, walk your hands out and just shift your hips a little bit from the front to the back. You can stay here, walk the hands out with the hips on top of the knee. That's already a stretch. Otherwise, if you want more, bring the knee out into the half frog, half middle split position. Do you want to move here or just find stillness as well? Can you relax the head and neck? Up, slide it back in a graceful way if possible. And back to your table, top position. You're welcome to just keep the hands under the shoulders and just lift the back leg up. Try not to arch so much. You can just stay here and try to put the foot as high as you can. If you want, you can also take the left hand to the right foot and kick into the foot. Find the stability, just reaching forward. And then release the side. Neutral spine first. Left leg lifts. Try to find as much extension as you can by using the lower glutes. If you feel stable, reach back with your right hand, grab the inside of the foot, push into the foot. Very nice. Release. Walk your elbows out and come onto the elbows, hands behind the head. Do you want to stay here, or if you want to integrate the chin, you can bring the hands underneath the chin. It's a little more intense. Exhale, release, come all the way down, laying on your belly. Take hold of both of your feet from the outside for a bow. Inhale, lift up. Keep the lift from your chest, but also activate your legs to feel that lift. Exhale, release. Change the grip to the inside of the feet. Now the knees can be a little bit wider, but I really like the shoulder stretch we're getting from this. Inhale brings you up. And exhale, release. Bring the arms out wide like a T, but bring the arm or the hand a little bit above the shoulder. Roll onto the right shoulder. And when you are all the way in your twist, bring the soles of the feet together in a Baddha Konasana shape. If this is too much with the leg shape, of course, you can just step the left leg behind, but I want you simultaneously to open the inside of the hip. That's why we put the hand a little bit higher. Allow yourself to breathe into this twist and opening. Unwind your spine. Exhale, release. Left hand out. Remember the left hand a little higher than the shoulders. Roll to the left side. Can you bring both of the feet on top of each other? Sometimes I also like to use my right hand to open the right knee a little bit more. But you can also have the right hand in front of you to just stabilize yourself a little bit. Breathe. How deep can you breathe? Can you stay with every breath? Inhale, brings you back to center. I'm gonna try one more fun thing. If you feel like, I'm gonna show you first, if you feel like it's too much, you can also just come into any variation of bow that you liked. But I wanna try to roll to the right side, and you can kick in the top leg even more to open the left shoulder. Inhale brings you back, and try to roll to the other side. Feels really good on the shoulder, and it gives you an idea which muscles bring you back to center. Find extension, roll to the other side. It's also just fun to roll around a little bit. And then release, hands underneath the shoulder, just windshield wipe the legs from right to left. Give the quads a massage, give your lower back a massage. Hands next to your chest, press yourself back into a wild-legged child's pose. Stay for 2 more deep breaths. Allow the spine to go the other way after the back bends. sitting. Legs to the front. Keep the feet hip-width apart. Hands can just be behind. And swing the legs a little bit from side to side. Knee to the arch of the foot eventually. Then when you feel the knee is inside of your right foot, you take the right hand behind and twist a little deeper. I like to use my left hand on the knee. Exhale, release, other side, right knee inside of the left, twist over your left side, unwind this side. Also here you can do arch and hollow if it feels good to create space like this. Inhale, brings you back. Plant the feet down, hands behind, shift your hips forward, and then just roll your shoulders a little bit from right to left. Keep a bend in the elbows. Inhale, brings you back up, slide the hips back. Arms lift. Exhale, fold forward. You can hold onto the legs or feet, but I want you to be able to still do arch and hollow here. So inhale, reach forward with your chest. If you need to bend the knees, completely fine. Great movement. Cat cow and the sitting forward fold. And then release, find an easy forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, brings you back up. Find a good sitting position with your shoulders in one line with your hips. Slide the right knee into your chest as close as it goes without using the hands. How much compression can you create by bringing the knee in? You don't want to lean back and just round, you want to stay upright. Slide the right leg back out, bring the left knee in. Feel how the belly has to activate to make that happening. Release. Try the same thing with the straight leg. So the right leg lifts. How high can you lift the right leg without leaning back? Keep the chest lifted. Release. Other side. Left leg lifts. Pull the belly button in. Exhale, release. Bring the right knee in one line with your left knee. Sit back. Sit up straight. Take your left elbow around the knee, twist to the right side. Unwind to the front. Shift your right hand in front of the knee. Do you just want to kind of hook it here? Or can you reach your right arm so much forward that you maybe are able to grab the bind behind the leg? Compress here by bringing the knee into your line. Exhale, release. Keep the leg where it is, hands next to you. How close can you bring the knee? Lift the foot up. Bring it back to the front. Very nice. Left foot in one line with your knee. Right arm hooks. Left arm behind. Twist. Look over your left shoulder. Create that space before we go into the bind. Inhale, brings you back to the front. Reach your left arm forward. Bring the left shoulder in front. Can you grab on the outside of the hips? Maybe take the right hand behind. But you want to keep reaching forward. Left knee in as close as you can. Slowly release. sit back up. Can you lift the foot without using the hands and changing the shape? Very nice. Hands behind your hips, 1 palm distance away, bend your knees, come back into a reverse tabletop. Find a hand position that's good for your wrists. Do you want to stay here? Maybe lift the right knee up, or do you want to work that compression, nose to the knees? And like tap the foot down and bring the nose to the knee. Just 5. Keep the hips lifted the whole time. Then bring the right ankle across the left knee, right knee falls out, and then you can sit back down, figure 4 sitting, but push the knee to the front, the chest stays open. Just 2 more deep breaths here. Then release the right side. Then a good position again for your reverse tabletop. You want to stay in the reverse tabletop or work the knee to the nose. A lot of times we like just sink in the hips and round, but keep the hips lifted. So you work the right hamstring and the left hip flexor a lot more if you keep the hips lifted and just work actively on this compression. Then cross the left ankle across the right knee, keep the hips lifted for a breath. And then sit the heels down, so close to the heels, how it feels good to keep the chest lifted and to get the stretch in the hips that you want. Exhale, release. Cross your legs and shift yourself either through a vinyasa all the way to downward facing dog, or just go directly to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, half pigeon on the right side. Right knee to the right wrist. Stay upright here, maybe swing a little bit from side to side. I also give you different options here. You can just stay on your hand. You can work on bringing your hands next to the hips. Or you can go one more time in that side motion that we did earlier. So you can bring the right hand down, lift the left arm up, swing through the front to the other side, maybe even hold onto your leg. And explore side bends in this pose. You want to keep the hips in one line if you go for the side bend. And then find a neutral spine. If you did movement, try to bring the back heel in for just 5. Very nice. You can just go in sleeping pigeon if you want to relax. If you want to work on catching your back foot from the outside or to the front, or maybe even flip the palm to the front, bring the foot in to get the quad stretch. And keep reaching forward with your hips and your shoulders to not just twist. Then you will feel the stretch in your quads much more. And wherever you are, release. If you were in sleeping pigeon, come back up. Free your right leg, create some movement here. Left leg lifts. Exhale, pigeon on the left side. Left knee down. Take a moment to really arrive in this pose. See if the right leg is straight. Do some wiggles to sink the hips down. You want to stay here, walk the hands back. Or like we did before, lean from one side to the other one. What do you need? How does this side feel? And wherever you are, sit up straight. We do the leg kicks here as well. Heel to the glutes. Try not to move with the whole thing. Try to stay up. If the leg doesn't go so high, that's completely fine. Some people might be even able to touch the toes to the head. And then do you want to go to the relaxed variation, sleeping pigeon, or do you want to work on your thigh on the side, maybe catch the foot, maybe if you have the flexibility, bring the fingers to the front. Reaching your right hip down, chest moves forward, micro movements from inside out. Exhale, release. Create space to lift your left leg up. Shake it out and downward facing down. Bring your knees wide, toes together, one more child's pose. Do you just want to stay in your child's pose for the next couple minutes? Or do you want to go in inversion to finish your practice? You can either do a shoulder stand. I'm going to guide you through a round of headstand. Take the hands on opposite elbows. Create that nice triangle shape where you can place the center of the head down. You can come onto your feet, walk yourself back in. Find that package first, that feels quite safe. And then you can extend the legs up into the sky. But any other inversion that your body is craving, feel free to do so. If you have an inversion practice, you know what you want to do right now. Wherever you are, try to stay 10 deep breaths. Maybe even close your eyes. Slowly make your way back down if you were flying around. If you did a shoulder stand, come into the counter pose Halasana. If you did a headstand with me, you can come into child's pose. I think same goes for forearm stand or handstand. Roll yourself up to sitting, swing the legs to the front, or for the Halasana people, just come laying on your back. Bring the knees in, make some big circles with the knees glued together. Massage your lower back. Take the outside edges of the feet, happy baby, pull the knees down, ground your whole spine. Make some little circles with your feet for the groin. And guide the knees together, give yourself a big squeeze and a hug, pull the nose to the knees. Take a deep inhale here, hold your breath. Squeeze. And exhale, let yourself go into final Shavasana, resting pose. Arms up, legs out wide. Let go of any breath controlling that you did, any tension in your mind. Allow the space to hold you completely as you are, as it is. Feel the liveliness that is moving through your whole body, even though you're resting completely. Allow your heart to take you on a journey. Trust that everything is like it should be. Be one with life. Be with everything that is. Sit with this. Because all feelings are just a moment in time. Choose to be here right now. Choose the story of being in it. Be with yourself. Be with the pain, the happiness. Be with this experience. Try to tap into allowing and softness instead of numbing, hiding and running or fighting. By choosing to stay, you create room to breathe, to be with it. And that's the moment we fully live. Let the sound slowly awaken you from your final resting pose, Shavasana. Create gentle movements in your fingers and toes. Nod your head from side to side. Give yourself a nice morning stretch, arms overhead, toes into the opposite direction. And then roll onto your favorite side. Use your arms as a pillow, fetal position. Face relaxed. Send a smile to yourself for your beautiful practice. For practicing self-awareness. For flowing with your breath. And then roll up into a final sitting position that allows your spine to be upright and straight. Pointer finger and thumb connect, palms facing up. Observe the space you created, the energy that is moving through your being. Visualize your intention one more time. Guide your hands together in front of your heart. Let's close practice by chanting Om Shanti 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 together. Inhale. Shanti, Shanti. Bring your hands to your third eye center, your seat of intuition. To your lips for always speaking your truth. And back to your heart. Namaste.